On a cold and dreary October night in Province Township, Pennsylvania, a call comes in to 911 around 10:30 p.m. with a report of an unresponsive child. The caller, a 29-year-old man named Austin Kamal Stevens, a youth football coach, had been caring for his 10-month-old daughter Zara during an overnight visit. First responders rushed to Austin's apartment, located at the 3400 block of Germantown Pike, finding Zara on the bed, wearing only a blood-soaked diaper, and Austin was standing at the foot of the bed. Zara's skin was gray, and she was cold to the touch. According to one of the first responders on scene, he quickly picked up the baby and laid her on the floor to begin CPR. Amid the chaos, with emotions running high and a child's life hanging in the balance, every second was of the essence. Amid the frantic scene, Austin stood quiet and calm. While attending to the baby, a first responder urgently requested Austin to grab a piece of medical equipment from his bag, a simple task that could mean the difference between life and death. However, Austin's response was bewildering. He handed over the wrong item, wasting precious time in the critical minutes that followed. When informed of his mistake, Austin's reaction was alarming. He merely shrugged and tilted his head, as if the gravity of the situation failed to penetrate his consciousness. The first responder later described Austin's strange behavior to police, stating, "He did it as if he was helping me find a tool in the garage. It was completely mundane." Zara was transported by ambulance to Einstein Medical Center, Montgomery, where, despite resuscitation efforts, she was sadly pronounced dead at 12:12 a.m., October 4th, 2020. First responders and detectives knew something had gone terribly wrong in Austin's apartment that night. Zara's death needed to be investigated immediately. Join us as we delve into the harrowing story of precious Zara. With utmost respect and reverence, we aim to honor her memory and share the profound impact of her sudden loss, leaving her family and all who knew her in a state of unimaginable pain. As we recount her story, the depth of their sorrow becomes painfully clear, echoing through each tearful memory and every broken heart. We remember Zara not only for the tragedy that befell her, but for the joy she brought into the world. Zara Lynn Scruggs, affectionately called Moo, was born to Erica Scruggs and Austin Kamal Stevens on December 1st, 2019. According to her family, she was smart, she was silly, she was sassy, and she was perfect. Zara lived with her loving mother, Erica, and would visit her father, Austin, as part of a mutual agreement between her parents. She brought so much light to her family with her contagious smile and giggles. Her mother beamed with love and was so proud of her little shining star. She delighted in dressing Zara in the most adorable outfits, with her beautiful curls bouncing perfectly as she played and explored her world. Zara was at that magical age, just beginning to take her first steps and form her first words, a time of wonder and discovery. In a world where innocence should be cherished and protected, little Zara's life was torn from her in the most unimaginable and brutal manner. As the investigation into her death unfolded, what it revealed would send shockwaves through the community and beyond. Each piece of evidence uncovered painted a chilling picture of betrayal and violence that defied comprehension. The investigators, hardened by years of experience, found themselves grappling not only with the heinous nature of the crime, but the profound sorrow that overcame them with the truth of what beautiful little Zara had to endure during her last moments alive. Austin was taken in for an interview soon after Zara was pronounced dead at the hospital. During the interview, he stated he was home alone with Zara and that while giving her a bath, he briefly left her unattended while he went to the kitchen to get a beer. He said he heard a thump or a bang, which he believed was Zara striking her head against the bathtub. Austin claimed he returned to the bathroom, removed Zara from the tub, tried to comfort her, and placed her on a bed. He then observed her head fall back, and she became unresponsive. He said he believed the baby passed out. I was trying to revive her. I was trying to figure it out for myself. I simply tried on my own. He had searched the internet for CPR and attempted to perform resuscitation techniques. Detectives then questioned Austin about the contents of his cell phone, which determined he conducted multiple internet searches between 9:27 p.m. and 10:22 p.m. October 3rd, including the topics: if baby stopped breathing, how to give CPR to a baby, what if you don't hear baby heart or beat, my baby isn't breathing, and how do you know if a baby is dead? The internet searches, detectives alleged, were conducted prior to Stevens placing the 911 call at 10:40 p.m. Detectives pressed Stevens as to why he waited more than 70 minutes to call 911. I was panicking. Time was rolling. I wasn't paying attention to the time. I was working the phone, working her body, pumping her chest, trying to bring her back. I did what I could, Austin stated. Detectives also confronted him with phone evidence that showed he used a text message application to communicate with two women while conducting the internet searches and while his daughter was unresponsive. The messaging content did not discuss any issues regarding Zara or her need for emergency care. An example of the messages he was sending to the women were, "I should be holding you," and "Where are you at, baby?" Austin told detectives, "It's just a girl I talked to," referring to a text message exchange he had with one woman, adding he didn't have a full-blown conversation. By the end of the interrogation, Austin appeared to concede that he waited too long to call 911. Did I take too long? Yeah, I did. Did I do the right thing? I don't know. I eventually called because she wasn't coming back. On Sunday, October 4th, an autopsy was conducted by Dr. Frederick Hellman, a forensic pathologist With the Montgomery County Coroner's Office, Dr. Hellman determined that Zara was the victim of brutal SA, which resulted in horrific trauma to her little body. She also suffered a blunt force trauma to the head, which ultimately caused her death, which was ultimately ruled a homicide. Austin was arrested on October 6, 2020, 2 days after Zara's death, and he was charged with her murder. He was arraigned by Magisterial District Judge Kathleen Kelly Rebar, who set bail at $1 million. He was unable to make bail and was remanded to the Montgomery County Correctional Facility.
It's hard to imagine how this child's death could be any more traumatic. Stevens also conducted social media and text conversations with 2 women during the time that were not related to the baby's condition, followed by the inaction of her father to save her life, all led to this child's death.
Just a quick note, the court records and other official documents on Zara's case will be available for our Patreon members and our Gold YouTube members if you want to see more in-depth details on this case. There are many details I can't share with you in this public video due to their sensitive nature and YouTube's guidelines. You can find the links in the description of this video and the pinned comments. Zara's sudden death at the hands of her father sent shockwaves through her family's hearts, tearing them to pieces. When Erica kissed her precious daughter goodbye that fateful day, she had no inkling it would be their final farewell. The weight of this realization left her incapacitated, unable to face the public or speak on camera. Her grief was just too profound for words.
Trying to respond to everybody's message, but it's a little overwhelming at times, and I can't respond to everybody. But I just want to tell y'all that I love y'all and I appreciate y'all for loving my baby, and I know she feel that y'all love her. I know she feel it because the love is unmatched. It's unreal. Strangers writing me every single day, checking on me, telling me that they love watching her. Kids be talking to her videos and stuff. I'm sad, but these happy tears, y'all. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. Praying for better days.
In the wake of this tragedy, Zara's grandparents became the voice of the family, stepping forward to share the profound loss they endured and to celebrate the wonderful little girl Zara was. They painted a portrait of a child full of life and joy, whose laughter brought sunshine into the darkest days. Zara's absence was a void that could never be filled, and their words echoed the sentiment of a family forever changed. As they grappled with their grief, the family looked back, haunted by questions. They wondered if there were any signs they might have missed, any actions they could have taken to prevent the tragedy. Yet they were faced with the harsh reality that there was nothing they could have done. According to family members, Austin showed no signs he was capable of such evil. That is what makes this tragedy all the more haunting. This realization was a bitter pill to swallow, forcing them to confront the limits of their control and the unpredictability of life. Their hearts were heavy with sorrow and regret as they struggled to come to terms with a loss that defied comprehension. In the midst of their mourning, they clung to the memories of Zara's laughter, her bright eyes, and the love she brought into their lives. Though her time on earth was tragically short, Zara's spirit would forever remain a beacon of love and light. In the midst of their mourning, they clung to the memories of Zara's laughter, her bright eyes, and the love she brought into their lives. Though her time on earth was tragically short, Zara's spirit would forever remain a beacon of love and light for those who knew her. News outlets reported Austin co-owned a company called Black Diamond Construction Services and was also a youth football coach for the Lower Providence Warriors. There have been no reports as of the date of this video that Austin has any other victims. Family members of Zara have stated publicly that they saw no signs Austin was a danger to his infant daughter. Austin's mother spoke publicly about her son's heinous crime, saying she wants nothing to do with him.
He is a monster. We do not support him at all. We are completely against this act that he did to my granddaughter, and we loved her.
Zara's funeral was held on Monday, October 12th, 2020, at the American Legion, located on Marshall Street in Norristown, Pennsylvania. The weekend before her funeral, at least 500 people packed the street in front of the home where Zara, known affectionately as Moo, lived with her mother Erica. Those gathered released thousands of balloons in Zara's memory, trying to erase the thought of the heinous way she left this world.
The balloons released tonight in honor of a baby girl. Hundreds gathered around a family grieving the loss of a 10-month-old taken in such a tragic way. Good evening, I'm Jessica Cartalia. Friends, family, even strangers huddled around 10-month-old Zara Scruggs' family tonight. The vigil focused on a little girl known as Moo. Greg Argos with their story from Norristown.
Tonight here in Norristown feels like almost every single person in this community coming out to remember the baby girl and honor her family.
I'm gonna miss her.
It is impossible to imagine what the family of 10-month-old Zara Scruggs is going through.
I can't sleep. I still wake up at 5.
But hundreds of friends, family members, neighbors in Norristown want to make sure they're not going through it alone.
Say your name! Zara!
At least 500 people Friday packing the street in front of the home where Zara, known affectionately as Moo, lived with her mother Erica.
I just love y'all because y'all love my baby. And I appreciate everybody.
Releasing thousands of balloons in the infant's memory, trying to erase the thought of the heinous way she left this world.
I woke up with my daughter screaming, "Mom!" He said she's not breathing. No, we didn't think nothing bad, nothing. Did we? If I had a clue, no. The love right now, I mean, even with his other side, his family, please, no. We never thought anything like this.
But the focus tonight is not on him or the dastardly crimes police say he committed. It is on supporting Zara's mother and her grandparents.
I don't want no mother to feel what I felt that night.
As they take this lifelong journey, an impossible attempt trying to recover from this nightmare.
This is Zara's night. This is Zara's night.
In Norristown, Greg Argos, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Austin Kamal Stevens' trial began on February 7th, 2022. There was very little coverage of the trial, unfortunately, so there were no photos or videos to find, but the trial lasted for 3 days. The jury only took 90 minutes to deliberate, concluding with a guilty verdict for first-degree murder on March 3rd, 2022. Austin will spend the rest of his life in prison since Pennsylvania law has no possibility of parole for first-degree murder convictions. In 2023, Zara's mother, Erica, gave birth to a son she named Rakai. Her Facebook page is filled with tributes to little Zara and tender moments with her son. In an unexpected and chilling twist to the already tragic tale of Zara's loss, a new layer of torment emerged for her grieving mother, Erica. Despite Austin's incarceration, the shadows of his actions continued to loom large over Erica's life. From behind prison walls, Austin managed to pierce the fragile peace Erica desperately sought, sending over 20 letters that laid bare the disturbing depths of his twisted psyche. These letters were filled with unsettling insights into Austin's mind. His words, dripping with malice and devoid of remorse, revealed a chilling lack of empathy and continued manipulation that left Erica feeling deeply unsettled. In a courageous act of transparency and defiance, she chose to share one of the letters on her TikTok account. She bravely labeled the post, "Truly the Devil," underscoring the horror encapsulated within Austin's words. Erica's decision to share Austin's letter is a testament to her resilience. Despite the pain and fear these letters incited, Erica refused to be silenced or intimidated. Through her vulnerability, she found empowerment, transforming her anguish into a rallying cry for justice and support. I'm going to go ahead and read the letter now that Erica was so brave to share. Dear Erica, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about Zara and you. I regret the fact that she's gone. It's all my fault, and yes, it really hurts for me to know that there may have been a chance to prevent any of this from happening, but I failed. Every day my mind constantly runs on the tragic memory of October 3rd, 2020, and I'm sure yours does too. Trying to find any positive to this negative is impossible, and the saying, life goes on, does not apply in this matter. One thing that's certain is my anger towards myself, but it doesn't outweigh my anger towards these detectives and the lies they created. Another issue is how and why we, as parents and friends, never had the opportunity to talk. I allowed everyone that I knew and asked to contact you to convince me that you were either unreachable, enjoying all the attention, benefiting off of Zara's passing, making comments that were untrue, etc. The list goes on. But deep down, I know you enough to admit to you that I know you were scared to hear my voice, but at the same time, you were in disbelief of any of this. You, out of all people, is who shocked me the most, to be truthful. You're not confrontational, nor argumentative. You're a very happy, funny, goofy, warm, laid-back, loving person, and to hear the blank I was hearing and not being able to talk to you assured me that you are caught up in the BS. And I don't say that to negate your pain and emotional and mental distress. I say it when it's time to reflect and these thoughts to yourself. For sure you had doubts about a lot of this. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But as I said, I know you enough to believe that. This is something we can't brush under the rug. There was no effort to even try to communicate about what happened to Moo. Why? As your childhood friend and the father of your firstborn queen, we have to get the proper closure of what our current state is. I'm trying to convince you to believe that, and there's nothing wrong with me doing so. Understand that if I did such a horrible thing, I would avoid you. But it's the opposite. I've been sending letters, social media messages, attempts to get your phone number, tried telling people to talk to your mom and dad, etc., but I'm being ignored. How does that make sense? That's a rhetorical question because it doesn't. The mistakes I made, I'm not proud of. The lies I told, I'm not proud of. But you avoiding one of the most important conversations of our lives is something I won't allow to continue. I'm expecting for you to curse me out. I'm expecting for you to not allow me to finish sentences. I'm expecting the worst. But that is something I'm not running from. Your mom made a comment about me not taking the stand, and I felt where she was coming from. But it was just as important to me of why I didn't talk to any of y'all prior to trial. But again, that's my fault. I allow myself to be bitter and petty, contributing to that dividing wall that was built, separating us. Everyone has their own opinion when it comes to Moo. Some believe it, some don't. But you're what matters to me. Please understand that. I'm trying my best to express that to you. Now I may never leave this place. The truth may never prevail. And yes, that's something that I'm working on. But you continuing life with this false narrative is wrong. Very wrong. I want you to see that. I'll end this by saying, regardless of how you may feel, I love you and forever will. Sincerely, Kamal Aziz. P.S. This is the 21st letter I've sent. It's very obvious he's trying to manipulate Erica with these letters. He's taking absolutely zero accountability. And I don't know what is going on with the name change, but he apparently is signing his letters by a different name. I feel really, really bad that Erica, this guy's trying to chase her down through social media, through other people, trying to get her phone number and writing her all these letters. He's basically harassing her. And I truly hope for her own peace that she will take some legal action to stop him from this harassment. I truly do. In the face of such darkness, Erica has emerged as a beacon of strength and determination. Her resolve unbroken, her love for Zara undiminished. Her story, though marked by unimaginable pain, has become a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of a mother's love. Zara's story, while steeped in terror and heartbreak, also radiates the immense power of love, illustrating how one little girl could unite so many in a shared mission of compassion and support. Her innocent eyes and joyous spirit became a rallying point for a community determined to stand by her grieving mother, Erica, in her darkest hours. The swift justice that followed her tragic end brought a measure of solace, ensuring that her story was not defined solely by the horror she endured, but also by the transformative love she inspired. Zara's memory, alive in the hearts of all who glimpsed her precious face, became a beacon of hope and the unbreakable bonds forged in the name of love.